What's going on, y'all? This is your man K Hill, and I'm doing this little interview for my man Jay Coleman at hustlemill.com. We're gonna do this a little different, you know. I could have did this like, you know, the regular way of doing an interview, but I'm gonna take advantage of, you know, the technology that, you know, I got access to. So I'm gonna let y'all follow me around a little bit while I answer these questions. You know, I was gonna do a little crate digging, but I found these comic books instead, so I'm doing a little comic digging because, you know, I'm still a little kid at heart. But I don't know, my man got a couple of questions, you know, so we're just gonna answer these questions throughout the interview while we walk around the beautiful city of Raleigh, North Carolina. All right? Let me see some of the highlights. I've been able to work with, you know, some artists that I respect lyrically and production wise. You know, I've been fortunate enough to work with Master Ace, you know, cats like Gene Gray, you know, had a couple of 12-inch deals, you know, produced for a couple of cats, you know, stuff like that, man. I just been real blessed to be able to get my music out past, you know, my state. Production, that's my first love, you know. Ever since the little Casio keyboard, ever since the little Yamaha keyboard. Shout out to my man Keno Jones, you got me started, baby. I just always had this thing about, you know, just hearing my beat come through the speakers. You know what I'm saying? So if I had to give up one, I have to give up MCing. I started out using the ASR 10, then I went on to the ASR X, the Kurzweil. You know, I never used the MPC earlier back in the day. I just started using the MPC. I mean, it's just like any other beat machine. You know, the sound just a little bit grungy and whatnot, and they got that knock in it and whatnot, but I use whatever I can get my hands on. I mean, if I can make a hot beat off of some cans, you know, pots and pans with these boxes over here, you know, I use that too. You know, whatever I got access to. I'm not pigeonholed to any type of equipment, you know, or software, anything like that.
I'm trying to tell you, man,
He gave me one of my first opportunities, meaning that he was one of the first artists to ever, you know, take my production and get it pressed up on wax and get it distributed nationally. And he had me, you know, working with one of, you know, the first major artists I ever worked with. You know, shouts out to Nature from Queensbridge and The Firm, you know. And if it wasn't for my man Kazi, you know, I wouldn't have had that opportunity. I wouldn't say I had any bad experiences or anything like that, but I just hate when you're dealing with somebody that's wet behind the ears. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that you got like so much more experience than, and they don't want to take any type of input. It's like, I hate dealing with somebody that got all the answers. Somebody that just know everything, somebody that just got everything figured out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't name one example, but just know that, you know what I'm saying, like, during this whole walk, man, like, everybody ain't been the same. Neblina Records, Love 'Em for Life. They gave me my first opportunity. You know what I'm saying? It's my first 12-inch. You come to my crib, man, it's hanging up on the wall, man. Like, they was the first company, man, to take a risk on me, invest in me, you know what I'm saying, to be the flagship artist for their company. They put my 12-inch out, they promoted it. I'll say they was one of the first companies that really get a grasp on this whole internet marketing, you know, thing, because they had me out there, they had me everywhere, you know. They wasn't just doing internet marketing, they was also doing, you know, hardcore street marketing too. They was the definition of guerrilla marketing. Kicker Brush is a production company that I established when I first started doing hip hop. It's not a record label or anything like that. It's strictly to handle all my production company and the name that I use when I do put my music out. Anything that I put out is gonna have the Kicker Brush logo on it. That's my brand. Let me see, the only advice I can give is, if you're serious about your craft, treat your craft like it's a full-time job. Study your craft, You know, that's the only way you're gonna get better at it. Stay on it every day. I don't care if it's only like 5 minutes a day. You know, take your craft seriously. You know, treat your craft like breathing. You know what I'm saying? Make it just as natural as breathing. Like, make that a part of your everyday life. Try to do it in some shape, form, or fashion. If you're somebody, if you're somebody that get out all the time, is that right? If you're somebody that get out all the time or whatever, you know, try to have you a little portable beat machine or something like that, you know, laptop or whatever. Just, I don't know, just try to stay current. Always study what's out so you can stay current on what's going on. If you're good at something, well, I did hear this from the Joker. If you're good at something, never do it for free. Always be compensated for your craft, you know, because cats in the game, they're trying to take advantage of you, especially when your energy bubbling, you know, and your buzz bubbling and whatnot. You know, everybody want a piece of your energy and whatnot, and that's understandable. If you're good at something, you know, of course, everybody wants some of the energy. But what you got to learn how to do is distinguish the fine line between a business associate and who's really genuine. Like, just get in, do your business, handle your business, do your paperwork, sell your beat, and rock on. First and foremost, shout out to God, because without any of this, it couldn't have been possible. And I was whacked for not saying it the first time. Everybody out there, get God in your life, alright? Shout out to School Kids Record, Kyle, and the whole School Kid Record staff for letting me take out the time to do this interview in the store without permission. Shout out to the whole North Carolina hip hop movement. Shout out to all the artists and producers doing their thing in the area, alright? And shout out to HustleMill.com and my man Jay Coleman for the interview. And shout out to my man Vega for holding the camera. Alright?
Alright.
Let's go. Look, my days of worrying, I decided to bury them. My days of scurrying, I declined to refer to them. I got a purpose to persevere, I'ma find that gem. Don't need affirmative action to conquer corporate men. I be the first to admit, we need some ordinance. My culture's run amok and rampant racists love this mess. From fatherless child to lawyerless